Good afternoon. Today is the 31st of August and here we are at Lockheath Shopping Centre near Southampton for the bi-monthly Lockheath Classic Car Club event. I'm not able normally to attend on this for Sunday, though they hold once a month. I normally go to the Thursday evenings, but I have just got back from Rustival and I decided to come straight here and start some filming, so here we go. I do apologise in advance for wind noise if I fall over, if I get things wrong. I'm afraid just the way that it goes on this channel. So we start as always with this 1982 Mini 95 pickup, because this is the law. We must start with this particular truck, and here it is. Gradually it seems to be getting better, seems to be improving, and there we are. Got something else going on around his headlamp though. That's new. Anyway, let's move on to this Clubman estate. Again, a regular visitor to this event and to this channel. This is a 1980. It's one of the last Clubmans ever made. It's the last year they made them because they were discontinued in favour of Metro. So 1980 only. Next we've got a Mini Sprite. I think this is a 1995. It's a Mark 6. It's had Mini Light style wheels put on it. Originally would have had just this plain wheel trims on it. Bottom of the range, I think, at the time. The Cooper was a mainstay all the way through the 90s, but the one below it, the sort of base model, always kind of, sort of changed depending on the year, in terms of the name and also specification. This has had a different grille put on it, of course. Next we've got a Mini 30. Yes, an 89. We've seen this before as well. Mini 30s are actually relatively common, it seems. There are quite a few of them left. Maybe people thought they were very special, so they looked after them. But it's very nice with that particular colour. I think you could also get a black one, but most of them I've seen have been this sort of burgundy colour. Talking of Coopers, here is a Cooper. This is a Mark 7. Told straight away by things like the interior, which is a bit different, driver's airbag and things. Can't name this colour now. It's sort of almost iridescent, isn't it? Sort of 97, 98 on an R. This is a much older Mini now. This is a 69 Morris Cooper S. And it is a genuine one, actually. Mark 2 is really easy to spot because you've got the different rear lights. You've still got the older doors, but the lights are completely different on the back. That's easy to spot. Then a Mini Neon, I think this is a 92. This is when they went to fuel injection for all models because of upcoming Euro 1 emissions regulations that came in January 1993. So this has fuel injection and a catalytic converter on it. Still the same sort of little, I think, over the last 1.8 or the 1275 in that. I can't remember whether 998 were discontinued. I forget now. And we'll go on to this this very, very fine Volkswagen Corrado. 16 valves to be a 2 litre. I think the wheels are off another type of Volkswagen, as far as I understand. I've driven one of these last year. It was a VR6 one I drove, and it was very, very nice. I really like these Corrados. They're based on a Mark II Golf. They feel very, very different to drive. I don't quite know why, but they seem to be really quite nice, actually. I do like these very, very much. That one, local plate to the area. RV was an old Portsmouth plate back in the day. And yeah, 94, 95. Then we have a 1934 Austin 7 Ruby. I'm always amazed that people drive these on a very frequent basis. They do. Something that's, gosh, over 90 years old now, this car. It wasn't that expensive. You can buy an Austin 7 for £4,000 or £5,000 if you want. And then a Triumph Roadster. I keep thinking that I should maybe try to climb in, but I haven't got permission to do that. I'm not sure I'd fit very well though. Those seats look no more than minimal, so it's probably not the most comfortable position to be in. But look at this dash and these sort of solid pieces of wood. Even some point in the, I don't know, sort of late 40s, isn't it? Then we've got an MGTF 2003-4 registration from Handy. Was there a Handy MG dealer? I presume actually no, that's probably a second-hand sale plate. So it's when the car was a few years old, it would have been put on there. I don't think Handy was an MG dealer. Not as far as I remember anyway. Maybe comment section below can tell me if that was the case. But yes, driven tons of these. I do have a review just sitting on my desktop waiting to go out, but I need to make some changes to it, and I just keep forgetting to do that. So it is there. This thing, I don't even know what to say. It's a 32 Ford type thing, but this has been custom made, and it is just extraordinary. The level of engineering that's gone into this is really quite something.
Oh, you don't mean...
We're going to have to skip the estate car. Actually, we've got an engine we can't talk about here, so we're going to have to skip and go straight onto this pickup. Pickup in question is this rather nice Austin A70. I do like it, viewers. I like it quite a lot. Yeah. The only problem is that hedge is not going to let me get around the back, so we're going to have to go around the front for the next Austin in the row, which is a Cambridge, an A60 Cambridge. I don't know exactly what year this is. It could be anywhere from, I don't know, about 1961 to about 1965. See, when 1965 came around, they had to put seat plates and everything, and some local authorities had decided they didn't want the new style registration numbers like this one on this A40 here. They wanted to keep the older ones, but in 65 they had to come into line, so I don't quite know. I didn't know about this one though. This is a very late A40 Countryman. It's right at the end, it's a 67, and yeah, it is a Countryman because you can see at the back we've actually got a little hatch, so it is a hatchback. It wasn't one of the very first, but it was relatively pioneering, I suppose. It was before the Super Mini sector really kicked in the 70s. And then a couple of Blob-Eye Imprezas, both 2004 to 5. I always prefer this blue one here. I don't know why. It's maybe just because of the colour. Some of the one's also good, but I just prefer the look of this one. I don't know why. For some reason the blue one's a WR1 model and this is just a standard STI. I think so anyway, I'm not really sure. My knowledge of Subaru Imprezas is terrible, so somebody in the comment section below will tell me what the difference between a WR1 model is and just a normal one like that. Next you've got, pretty early actually, MGB. This has got the disc wheels and the pull door handles, so it's before 1964, so it is quite an old one. Still be very early steering wheel as well. Next you've got this 2.8 injection Capri 1984 to 85. Absolutely delightful. We like this sort of thing, viewers. The only thing is, having driven one of these in 2020, which was a 4-speed model from 82. This is a 5-speed. The brakes are absolutely terrible. Terrible. Really what you should do is fit the Princess brakes to these. They do go on, and then you have a car actually stops as well as it goes. Chevy Camaro SS, looking very aggressive. Must be quite a recent one actually, this. Though we're not sold over here officially. So actually, maybe we were, I can't remember. Someone been told that 90 from the early 50s. Very nice, viewers. It's a very handsome car, this. Colour is beautiful. Next, you've got another MGB. There's actually an MGC over there as well. So we've got lots of different varieties today. This one's got an aftermarket heated rear window. The only other two of these I've driven was a 1980 car, which was one of the very last of them, and also a 72, but a modified 72 with a 4.6 V8, which is scary. This is the standard one. This one's got the fish mouth grille, so I imagine it's about 1971. And then we've got a Cub replica here. Actually, no one just come in. This is a 6768 registration, although it's a much more modern car than that. Probably they built about 2010, something like that. Next we've got another AC. This is a really interesting car. It's one of a very limited number that was made as part of a new generation of ACs. I really like it because it's dark green with beige leather interior and wood. I mean, how could you say no to something like this? It's a 1995. It's a Brooklyn's Ace, and I think these were only made between 94 and 96, but not many made. 46 made of these. Really, you drive around in this and no one would ever know what on earth it was. I think it looks fantastic. Why they didn't sell too well, I don't know. Possibly because nobody really knew about them. That might be a reason. Then we've got a little Isetta here. I assume by tax disc it might be about 1960. These were made, I think, in a former railway works in Brighton, from memory, for our market. Obviously, in other markets, some of them had 4 wheels. This has 3 wheels. Whereas, of course, the tricycle. There we go, viewers. Maybe I won't be having a go in there. Next we've got this TVRS2. This I think is the 2.9 Ford V6. Two very different TVR models were around in the mid-80s. This kind of more traditional design, and of course for wedges. Now some people prefer the wedge design, some people prefer these more traditional ones. I don't really know actually. I kind of like both for different reasons. Did you remember these rear lights are off a Mark IV Escort? I could be wrong. Lots of 4 parts of TVR or other models as well. We've got something that is actually based on a Z3, but is significantly different in terms of the way that it looks. Some of the dashboard bits of these are actually bespoke as well. So the door handles. Also the mechanicals are all BMW. There's quite a few different kits you can get for Z3. This is called the Z300S Bar Paquetta. I can't remember exactly when this was put on the road. Different front end, isn't it? Then we've got this Aston Martin Vantage S, which unfortunately I can't get insurance on, so I can't drive it, which is a shame because the owner was very kind and offered it to me. Next we've got this Spitfire Mark IV 1.3 engine. Very interesting colour. Does it actually say what colour this is?
Yeah, right.
Can't remember exactly. This is a 73. Very warm colour, very warm colour. Next we've got this Jaguar F-Type. This is an dynamic model. Probably a 6-cylinder one, I imagine. You could get a 4-cylinder and an 8-cylinder as well. I think this is probably a 6. I really do want to have a go on one of these. I've never managed it so far, but one day. Then a Triumph GT6. This is actually an early one, but it wears a later plate for reasons that aren't quite clear to me. I have seen why before, but I've forgotten how exactly to explain. It's like a 71 plate in a 68 car, I think. Then we've got a couple of Mark I Lotus Cortinas, because why not? This one is 65. This is owned by John Davey, who is the chairman of Locksley Classic Car Club. He has some very interesting cars. This is one of them. And then he's brought a friend along as well. This is an earlier one, of course. It's a console Cortina as opposed to the later just Cortina. This earlier one doesn't have the same grille, it doesn't have the same badge on the bonnet, it doesn't even have the same ventilation on the side. So definitely an early one. We haven't got the airflow ventilation, it was introduced in October 64. But very, very nice nevertheless. Also nice is this 1997 Jaguar XK8 Coupe I drove last year. It's owned by Martin, who's one of you people on duty today, with a classic interior. These are not expensive cars. This one was, I think, around £5,000. I had to be very careful when I was driving it though, because it was very fast indeed. Next we've got this coach. Now sometimes at Locksley there are coaches that appear, but I've not seen this one before. There's another one that's around, but sort of different plate, different colour I'm able to back right up in order to get this in view. Looks very luxurious. It's a Bedford embassy. It's not quite as big as the one Italian job, but it sort of looks a little bit like it somehow. Next you've got this big old Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham d'Elegance, which never fits in the parking spaces, although the owner tries his best to make sure that it does. Still got the blue interior. I wonder what this actually does to the gallon. It's probably not particularly good, but does that really matter? Not really. Next you've got this Triumph, I think this is a 1200 convertible from 1966. This looks very much like the one that James May converted into a yacht. About how many years ago it was on Top Gear, when Top Gear was still a show but was on the air. Actually, that looks very nice. Next you've got the US Air Force Jeep that I have seen many times here actually. It's unusual being an Air Force one and not an Army one. Still probably a little bit difficult to drive. We won't try that, viewers. At least fixing the floor is easy if there's a problem. You just, I don't know, you just get the welder out, you don't take anything off. Makes it easy to repair, I suppose. Next we've got this 72 E-Type that I drove in 2024. It's owned by Jim, who always brings lots of cars to events. There's another one of his over there. I did enjoy this very much, viewers, although I would say you have to wear quite small shoes to actually drive that properly. If you have larger feet and wide shoes, you end up hitting the wrong pedal, which is less than desirable. Here we go, 1914-15 Ford Model T. It's in excellent condition. Actually, these aren't that expensive. If you really want to have a Model T, you can get one for maybe £15,000 if you really want to. But that's not really what I want to do. I don't really want to die in one of these with the dreadful brakes and weird controls, so I've refused to drive it so far. Anyway, let's go on to this Jaguar 420. That's very nice. I don't believe I've seen this here before, actually. I don't believe I have. I quite like this. They weren't a massive success, actually, these. Not really at all. The 420, so this is 420, yes. 420G was maybe a bigger version based on the Mark 10. This is a 420, which is kind of a bit like an S-Type, I suppose. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I can't remember how much these are worth now, actually. Yeah. Sort of, yeah, the S-Type continued, but only the 3.4 models. It's very confusing. Whereas this came in replaced the sort of 4.2 models of the S-Type. I don't know. Then we have an R107 Mercedes SL. Someone's very sensibly put on the hardtop for this because they don't want to get very damp. Weather's being changeable at the moment, like it was yesterday at Rustival. This is the 280 SL, which was kind of, I think, the bottom of the range actually. It's not low specification or anything, it's just this engine is smaller than the others that were offered, being a 6-cylinder rather than the V8, which is the majority of them actually. Someone's dressed up this particular Mark 9 Civic to look like a racing car, because why not? Next we've got a Chevy Bel Air. It's like a 1955 or 56 Bel Air. 57s are very famous, and it's very easy to spot them, but this is an earlier one. I forget now exactly what year this is. It looks in super condition. It's got a little bag for the windscreen washer fluid as well.
Hello mate, you alright? Yeah, not bad.
Then we've got some, I think some kind of catering or something else. It's hard to say. We have any badges on this, so it's something like that. Sweet P2. Is that Robin Hood or something? I saw Robin Hood recently. So we've got a DAX Rush that has a higher booster engine in it from 2009. That's very quick. And we've got a Caterham 7 on unknown year because of Q-plate. Q-plates are funny things. Then we've got some Volvos. Yes, please, viewers. Looks like the Portsmouth section of Volvo Owners Club have turned up, which is nice. We've got this 145 from 1970-71, which has a high reef conversion. Excellent. And a 164 from 1972. I like this very much, viewers. A 6-cylinder Volvo engine. It's not a V6, it's just a 6. And there's a little moose at the back as well. And a little friend. Excellent. Next we've got a 121 Amazon from 1967. Again, all three of these are very nice. I think the 164 is my favourite though. Like I've seen all three of these actually at some point at the Volvo Owners Club meetings because I'm a member of the Owners Club as well. Next we've got this Pontiac from 1957. Why it's facing that way around, viewers, I don't quite know. Some of the parking these days is interesting around here. What a car. And the 65 Morris Minor. So we've had the MGBs, now we've got the Morris Minor, because they are compulsory for any classic car show in this country. This one has the correct steering wheel as well. We've seen this many times before, I think, down here. I did bring the Sunny views. The Sunny is actually looking a bit cleaner than I thought it was, although I've been through 2 rainstorms in this since I actually cleaned it, so it's doing okay. Considering how clean this is, I thought it probably wasn't someone just parking in the car park and isn't aware that this event's on. I think somebody is displaying this, and is a Chrysler PT Cruiser a classic? I don't know really. They're certainly getting rare. I mean, they don't have a lot of value or anything, but here you go, that's a 2-litre petrol one. Next we've got a Citroen Diane. Very late one, that's 82, 83 registration. That actually finished, of course, in 83. It was supposed to replace the 2CV, but it never happened. The 2CV continued in 1990, and this sort of died because Citroen just had an enormously confusing range of small cars at the time. LN, LNA, Visa, all that sort of stuff as well. So didn't really need this in the 2CV, I suppose. Next we've got a TVR Griffith, a relatively early one, with, I think, let's get this right, the Vauxhall Cavalier Mark III rear lights, I think these are. Beige leather interior as well, with wood. Excellent, we like that kind of thing very much, viewers. We find such things most agreeable. Oh my goodness gracious me, viewers. It's a DB5 Volante, not a DB6. I tend to see more of the DB6s, but this is a DB5 Volante in gunmetal grey. This is one of the most expensive cars I think I've seen at a show for a very, very long time. And here it is, just parked on the end of the row here. I don't really know what to say, viewers, other than that I'm quite impressed. Now, we like the DB5 very much, viewers, but we also like this 1985 Vauxhall Nova Saloon. Yes, a saloon. They also made a 2-door saloon, but this is a 4-door saloon. It's very similar, actually, to the one that was in my lady wife's family when she was growing up, because Vauxhalls are very popular up in Cheshire because of Ellesmere Port. This is quite a base level one. I don't think it's even L, I think it's just a 1.2. I did film one of these on my channel in 2022. It was a 1-litre trip from 1991. Like this car, also with a 4-speed gearbox. That is absolutely and utterly astonishing. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below. And we shall see you again very soon for some more incorrect information.